Dame Margaret Natalie Smith is an English actress with an extensive career on screen and stage. Beginning in the mid-50s, Smith has appeared in more than 60 films and 70 plays. Crazy. She's kind of like your Tom Hanks British actress icon, I guess. Like, you know, it's like she's in everything. Anything there's like a commanding kind of old school kind of posh woman.
Yeah, she's there.
She's there like that Harry Potter professor or whatever. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Forever. I mean, I have seen some things a long time ago, I think, and of course you're forced to see them if you're at one of those premiere things. But you always think, why on earth did I do it like that? And there's no going back.
Again, one way that actors divide, in my experience, there are some who, hate acting. They find it agonising and awful and have to force themselves. And there are some who seem actually to enjoy it. On that spectrum, where are you?
It honestly, it all depends. It depends on who is with you, who is directing, what the atmosphere is like. Some things can be absolutely joyous, and inexplicably so, and sometimes they can just be torment. And then you think, what? No.
But this woman's like, she'd be like a nightmare around FE people. This is. I feel like this is what the INTJ's like. They're like, stop him speaking. He's gonna say something.
Right. Right.
But like, I mean, not many actors or actresses would be this brutally honest, would they? Mm-hmm. You know, I guess there's kind of like this culture of like paying lip service, like, oh, he was great, and that guy was great. Working with that guy it's just great. And she's like, nah, some of them are crap.
Just tells it like it is.
Yeah. It's funny.
And I think, they get away with it because they're funny in it.
Yeah. I think the truth is funny.
I know. I agree. They're unabashed in their delivery. Like, it's just, that's what it is. And people can't help but think it's funny because it's so brutally honest.
Yeah. It's because everyone knows these things, you know? Mm-hmm. So when she says some of them are joyous and others just, ugh.
Yeah.
All right, let's go again. 3, 2, 1, go.
What am I doing here? And you're always in some godforsaken location, you know. And it's just, you know, oh, please let me out of here. And you would do it anyway. You know, you just do the shot because you're in despair. I think the people who can really control themselves and deliver whenever are just brilliant, because I think that's the hardest thing to do when you've been, you know, trapped in a trailer for hours on end, and then expect to come out and be all, bright-eyed and bushy.
You can imagine this woman being, how would you say, difficult to work with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, you know, you could just imagine like some FG man being like, oh, Margaret, are you ready for the shoot? And she'd be like, I guess I am. Oh, we can wait. We can leave it 5 minutes if you want. No. Please, let's get on with it. It'd be interesting to have her around, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
On the set.
And you can just, right. And you could just imagine it's just like, as she gets older, it gets worse, right?
Yeah.
Because I think in general, just most older people, they don't care as much, right? You're confident, you've reached a certain age.
You've done it all.
You've done it all. I'm just going to be myself.
Great
and I don't really care.
grandchildren, age people just walking around. These noobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. keep going.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
I find that the most difficult thing. So it varies on whether it's a jolly occasion or not.
What was the most tormented thing you ever did?
I think the most thinking about trailers and being in that was in the snow for about a week with that daft hat on my head for Harry Potter. And sitting in that trailer day after day and not being used. That doesn't make you feel too jolly. That's a horrid thing. But there were other people in the trailer also moaning, like Miriam Margolyes. You're not alone when you moan.
Something about some of these FI women anyway, that like they know they're just like a lot.
Yes, I was going to say a similar thing. Mm-hmm.
They know, and I was going to mention this earlier about the FI thing. Like FI it's very hard to pretend sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Like FE can sort of do the thing to seek harmony and stuff like that, but FI sometimes like you're just annoyed and you're gonna show it, you know. And it's like she knows that about herself, and sometimes FI types can be like this. They're like self-aware enough to be like, yeah, I'm a lot to handle. I know that I'm unreasonable, but I'm in a mood, you know. Mm-hmm. And this is one of them.
Yeah. I also can't help but notice that their comedic timing is very good. And I think it's just this sensor thinker sort of thing going on, you know, where she knows it. She just warms up to it and just as she gets going, she kind of.
Yeah, it's so interesting because, you know, we've typed with quite a few British comedians and we were sort of talking about a style of their comedy. And, you know, a lot of them are FE people, FE DOMs and things, right?
Yes.
And, you know, I had the thought in my head about, oh, well, the sort of comedic delivery is FE. But it's not really. Like, it just goes to show, like, any function can sort of do the same thing. You know, like, the TE here, it's got the comedic delivery. But it's similar.
But it slaps you in a way.
There's more than one tool for the job. You can shovel with a spade if you want. You can dig with a pickaxe. You know, it's more one way to skin a cat. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Yeah, there's something about their sense of humor, though. Again, you know,
it's just very dry,
right.
I guess.
Yeah. It's dry, but it's also cutting. And again, that could just be my perception. I mean, FETI can be also cutting, but.
Okay, let's compare that. Richard Ayoade. So he was an ESFJ, right?
Yes.
So what makes him funny? And, you know, go check out that video because we talked about kind of what makes him funny and his comedic style a bit. So what makes him funny or different to what Maggie Smith is doing here? And, you know, you can see the feeler element. It's with him, it's softer and more fun and silly. This isn't fun. This isn't silly.
It's cutting. It's just cutting.
It's just like, this is how it is. This is how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I see that with ESTJ, you know. But then, you know, I've seen it with other people too. It's like they kind of cross the line, you know.
3, 2, 1, go.
And you've been, as we're going to see in some of the clips, you've been in high-profile roles for a long time, but recently with Harry Potter and Downton Abbey, these were huge things. In terms of public recognition, were you aware of that? More people goggling at you?
It's ridiculous. I led a perfectly normal life until Downton Abbey. No, I'm not kidding. I mean, I'd go to theatres, I'd go to galleries and things like that on my own, and now I can't. And that's, awful. The Fulham Road's dodgy, let alone... So, and it's truly television. I mean, I've been working around for a very long time before Downton Abbey. And, life was fine. Nobody knew who the hell I was. And now it has changed. Never mind, eh?
And you,
All right,
and you talked about not...
I love it. Her just age and just not being afraid to say what she thinks.
Yeah.
Which, is all well and good from a distance. That's why the audience finds this pretty funny. But when you're on the receiving end, up close and personal, might not be so funny.
That was like that thing Russell Brand said, that you don't want to be around when the laughter stops.
Yes. So true.
Just find that funny.
Uh-huh. Because in this case, as we've talked about recently with this type, that it can go a little too far, where then it becomes
Grumpy.
It can be, grumpy and very judgmental. Like, you don't do it my way, or you don't see it my way. Well, then I have no use for you.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell.
Remember, each video is not a comprehensive analysis. If you want to know more about a specific psychological type, check out the playlists where we have unique takes for each person.
Here are some suggested playlists for you to watch and other relevant videos.